Okay, like I said, we've got a fast and easy secure portal for you to start your mortgage application on here. This is going to give you everything that you need to get this mortgage done. So much easier than sitting in a branch office and working with a bank and starting in there. So what we're going to do is we can fill out our application. So my information's already pre-populated in there. We need to choose a password. It needs to contain a letter, a number, and a minimum of 8 characters. So I'll just go ahead and punch a password in there. And then we'll go ahead and start an application. We don't need this Google notification. It's nice of them. But Adam, let's complete your mortgage application. So we can go right to our mortgage application, and everything's in here. So if I want to purchase, renew, refinance, whatever I need to do, I'm going to say I want to purchase. I'm going to say I have actively searching for a home. We're buying the home in Ontario. We'll scroll down there. What price do I want to look at? So let's say I want to buy for $500,000. What is the total amounts that I'm considering using for a down payment? So the nice thing here is I can go by percentage, or I can go by the dollar amount. So I'm going to say $25,000. We'll use just 5% down, which we can do on a $500,000 purchase. I'm going to say this is going to be owner-occupied property. When am I looking to buy the property? As soon as possible, and it allows me to save and continue. As we continue to go through here, I'm going to go, am I a first-time home buyer? No. Select my marital status. I am married. It asks me to put my social insurance number in there. If I want to put my social insurance number in there, I absolutely can. It is voluntary. It says voluntary, but it does get you the most accurate credit bureau if you do get that in there. We're going to say no dependents. And as we continue to go down here, I will, I'm going to put my birthday down as January 1st, 1991. Living history, so I'm going to say I live in Canada. The nice part is here, it will completely auto-complete my address. So I can say I live on, let's say I live in Pickering, 742 Kingston Road in Pickering. Not my address, but we're just going to say that is. Let's say I'm currently renting at this place. I'm currently renting for $2,500 a month. I moved in here. So this is going to be an important date that we want to have in here. Lenders do want to see a 3-year history. So if I put in here that I only moved in here in 2023, lenders are going to want to verify that I've lived in that property for 3 years. So if I haven't, it's really important that we put in our previous history. So I'm going to say I've lived here since 2020, so we don't have to add that extra date in. But if you do have longer than that time that you've been living there, it is important to add that. Now I can add another borrower. So when I add another borrower, if I want to add my wife onto this mortgage, I would just select add borrower. She'll get a link to the same application, and she'll just be put right into this application here. Now it's important that you have 2 separate email addresses. So when we do review your credit, when we send you documents to sign, that we each have a unique email address. So we're going to say we don't need to do that. We're going to add income. So let's say I need to go back here. I want to add an income source. So let's say today we are going to be employed. Let's say I work at Canadian Tire. That's going to be in Canada. Nice little thing here. We can say it's going to auto select our address. So let's say I work at the Canadian Tire in Simcoe. It'll fill everything in here. Let's say I work in sports manager at the sports desk. I'm full-time. I can put that I'm hourly, guaranteed hours. Now, the key here is if I'm guaranteed hours and I'm hourly, I need to have the same amount of hours on my paychecks. If I'm not guaranteed the same hours every single week, it's really important that we're putting in what is there. If I'm salaried, that needs to be your salaried without bonuses. If there is bonuses, it does give us that option down here. It will trigger a different set of income documents that I need to have there. So let's say I make $45,000 from this income source. Annually, do I receive any sort of bonuses or commissions? So any bonuses or commissions that you do get, it is important to include those in there, even if it's just a small little annual bonus, and we will need to have 2 years notice to have that. So let's say, again, I started January 4th, 2023. It is my current source of income, and I save this income. It is important here. We need 3 years of income history. So even if it's just a part-time job that I worked at back in school, it's really, really important that I put in 3 years of work history in that system here. So I'm going to go back and I'm just going to edit that so we don't have to bore you with adding in an extra year. I'll go back and say I started there in 2019, and all those details are there. Assets. So it's really important that we add any assets on our application that we can. Just click the add asset. Any vehicle, cash, savings, investments, RSPs. If our down payment's coming from a gift from a family member, so let's say my family members are giving me this. Who's the gift coming from? It's coming from my dad. Is where I'm getting that from, and he's giving me $25,000. Will this be used as a down payment? Yes, we're going to say that $25,000 is going to be used for the down payment. If for any reason I want to hide this from any other borrowers on the application, I have that ability to do that there as well. Property. So if I owned an investment property or anything outside of the property that is going to be this one here, I can add that in there. If I have a lawyer, already have a realtor that I'm working with, I want to include that there. If I already know my lawyer, I want to include that there as well. I'm going to say that we don't have those. Read and consent. So it's really important that you read this consent. This will allow us to review your credit bureau and make sure that we can get a clear and accurate picture. It's really important, no matter how far along in this process you are, even if you're not looking to buy for another 3 to 6 months, it's really important to have your credit reviewed now. The sooner we can review your credit, the sooner we can identify any issues that might be on there. Sometimes we have issues on that credit bureau, and it's really important that we take care of those right away. The last thing we want to have is your credit consent coming in later on down the road. And if we have challenges with those credits, in the first 5 days that you might have a condition of finance, we're not going to be able to get that fixed with Equifax. So the last final thing will be to review, where we can review everything we have in there. If you have any notes that you'd like to add onto that, you can add those notes there, and then finish and submit your application. Once we've finished and submitted that application, I didn't sign a consent, sorry. Let's say I give consent. Once I've finished adding consent in there, I can review and submit. Finish adding consent. What's it not like? Saving. Sorry, take that a little bit there. So now it's going to give me the option of the documents that I need. So it's really important for under all of these documents that we add them. If you have any questions on any of these documents, the initial email that we've sent you has a description for every single thing that's on here. When it comes to your void check, we just want to upload that. That's going to be the check that we're going to use for your payments to be made. Your ID, really important that we have the front and back of your ID. We cannot use health cards in here. It's really important that we have that. Letter of employment. So because of my income, I need a letter of employment. This is going to give you the description of what you need. Like I said, if you need more details, you can go to my YouTube page where we've got a video on everything that's needed there. Pay stubs. Everything is there of what we need for our pay stubs, our T4s, and any T4 slips that are needed. Again, when you want to upload these, you can do this right from your phone, or if you're doing it from your computer, you can just drag and drop right into this application. Again, if you have any questions, need any problems, feel free to reach out at any time. I will link in the description below the playlist that has all of the documents on it, so you are all set and can get this done for you. Thanks, and we'll chat soon.